in create a naturalization capital for the nation. I personally, first of all, am a beneficiary of naturalization. I came from Vietnam. Luckily, my dad was the one who had to take the test. I was too young at the time. But because of this opportunity, me and my family and the future generation, we are making great strides in this country and being able to give back as well. So yes, Harris County in October committed $5.8 million for the next 3 years to support people who are seeking the same opportunity. So I'm going to let our leaders, whom I just so appreciate and respect, for their belief and conviction for our community to be a stronger one. So, Commissioner Garcia, please.
Thank you, Ms. Costas. And this is what it's all about. The story of Tal and her family and many others is what warms my heart, and I'm thrilled that we're here talking about funding great organizations across the county that will help legal permanent residents become naturalized citizens. You know, I mentioned the other day that amongst the different things that I've been a part of, teaching citizenship classes at night was or has been amongst my most memorable moments and activities. Talking to people who's, you could see it in their eyes, all they want to do is be a part of this great country without having to look over their shoulders, and always looking forward, thinking about their children. And so I'm excited, and what we have found is that naturalized citizens contribute to our economy, and they are often the most patriotic and love this country as much, if not more, than the people born here. Naturalized citizens appreciate what many natural-born Americans take for granted, like the right to vote. This program is only for eligible immigrants or people already in the process. It's crucial to invest in programs that facilitate the naturalization process for those who have chosen to call this country their home. This is why I'm so proud to sponsor this project and have my team shepherd it through the ARPA process. Legal permanent residents contribute greatly to the rich tapestry of our society. However, the path to citizenship can often be complex and challenging. Among 300,000 residents in Greater Houston who are eligible to become citizens, but often 10%, less than 10%, actually get to complete the entire naturalization process each year. So becoming a naturalized citizen is no simple feat. For legal permanent residents, the process can be a labyrinth of paperwork, lengthy waits, and intricate legal procedures, and many folks are trying to navigate this process in a second language. But let's say that all of this goes perfectly, then you still have to pay $700 just for the application fee. We are directly addressing each of these barriers to the great promise of this country, which is citizenship, through the targeted investment that will have reverberating effects throughout our communities. We know naturalized citizens are more likely to cooperate with law enforcement and government agencies when they have a stake in society. Their diverse backgrounds, language skills, and cultural insights can help promote community engagement and foster positive relations between law enforcement and the community. This collaboration enhances trust and communication, which are fundamental elements of effective public safety initiatives. For these numerous reasons, I'm very proud to support this initiative. I want to thank my partner and my friend, Commissioner Lesley Briones, for her leadership and her work on this matter as well. And America's strength lies not only in its diversity, but in the shared commitment of its citizens, both natural-born and naturalized, to building a safer, more diverse, and prosperous future for all. And just as a note of background, you know, I am the only American born in my family, but I remember my parents going through the process. I remember sitting at the kitchen table with them as they practiced. My brother, my older brother, who became the first Houston police officer in my family, had to be naturalized before he can join the police academy. My older brother had to be naturalized before he could be go through the bar process to become a practicing lawyer in our community. So I understand this very well and have seen it up front, close and personal. So I'm very excited. But again, having been a teacher of this, I still see some of my students, and I am just so excited that they continue to talk about those classes. They continue to tell me about how they tell their children not to take this country for granted. But it also reminds me of when my parents came to this country. They crossed the international bridge, I always have to say, for some, legally. The first thing my dad did was get everybody out of the station wagon. Some of you are too young to know what a station wagon is, but we'll get past that. And my father had everybody get out and kneel. And he says, we're going to pray. And so later on, as I would ask my brothers, what was Dad's prayer like? One of my brothers would say, I don't know, but it sure sounded like the national anthem. But his prayer, as he would tell me later, my father, was thanking God for bringing the family to this great country. That we were going to work hard, play by the rules, but that we were going to give back to this country everything and more than she could possibly give to us. And so I always get a little choked up over that memory, and hope that the public service that Lesley and I are working on every single day is a payback to those who sacrifice so much simply to come to this country just to do the best that they could, give back, but to always support this country as much as it supports everyone who calls it home. Y con eso quiero dar unas breves palabras solamente para decir que estamos muy orgullosos para estar aquí en este momento, reconociendo que para ser ciudadano de este país es uno de los mejores y grandes sueños que uno puede tener. Y estamos aquí para reconocer que esta es la primera vez que estamos haciendo esto. Y le quiero dar las gracias a la comisionada Lesley Briones por su apoyo y por su trabajo y liderazgo en ayudar a hacer esto a cabo. Porque para mí me da mucho orgullo porque yo fui el patrocinador de este proyecto, pero a la misma vez todos estamos aquí para reconocer que es importante de apoyar a aquellos que quieren ser miembros, quieren ser ciudadanos de este gran país. Pero hay que también reconocer que el proceso es complicado, es difícil y algunas veces cuesta más de lo que uno puede pagar. Entonces, este proceso y este proyecto nos va a ayudar a tratar de alcanzar las personas que ya están pasando por el proceso. Este proyecto es solamente para aquellos que ya pueden cualificar para ser ciudadanos, que ya están pasando por el proceso, pero queremos apoyarlos y tener una infraestructura para asegurar que pueden cumplir con todo el procedimiento que se requiere en llegar a ser ciudadano. Hay que reconocer que esto es importante porque sabemos que cuando uno se llega a ser ciudadano, esto llega a ser nuestra economía mucho más fuerte y mucho más grande. Entonces, y solamente para también recordar que yo soy el único nacido en este país de mi familia, pero yo me recuerdo de los tiempos que mis padres, mis hermanos, tuvieron que pasar por este mismo procedimiento para poder tener el premio de ser ciudadanos de este gran país. Y yo antes era instructor de las clases de ciudadanía y todavía algunas veces me encuentro con mis ex estudiantes y se recuerdan muy bien de esos tiempos de las clases que tuvimos en la tarde y me hacen recordar o me llegan a explicar que todavía les dicen a sus hijos, sus nietos, a sus sobrinos que es importante de serse ciudadano porque sabemos que muchas cosas bonitas y grandes llegan a pasar cuando sucede. Pero también quiero darle las gracias a Tao, a la directora que está llevando a cabo este proyecto, todo el equipo y las agencias que están recibiendo los fondos que llegamos a aprobar en la Corte de Comisionados. With that, I want to just again thank Commissioner Briones for her leadership. We have a passion for ensuring opportunity and prosperity for all. And so I'm just honored to have her as a partner at Commissioner's Court. Commissioner Briones.
Thank you, Commissioner. Good morning, everyone. First, thank you, Commissioner Garcia, for your vision, your leadership, your service. And I know your father's looking down from heaven, smiling because his prayer has become manifest through everything you have done for the community for decades. So thank you. Thank you so much to our Executive Director, Tao Costas, who is helping to lead these efforts for Harris County, and I'm sure the journey your family took as well. This is the manifestation of it and how we're paying it forward. So thank you for being on the front lines of this program and so many programs that drive Harris County forward. I'd also like to thank the National Partnership for New Americans, Director Linda Stevens from the Harris County Public Library, and Chiqui Sanchez Kennedy with the Galveston-Houston Immigration Representation Project. So we're here to celebrate this partnership with NPNA, with the county, with Houston Endowment, and so many partnering organizations. Why is this naturalization effort so critical? We know that in this region, over 300,000 individuals are currently eligible to be naturalized. We know that Houston leads the United States in terms of the number of naturalizations, and we know that there's still hundreds of thousands of people in our community who I hope are listening, who are eligible. We know the process is long, it is expensive, complicated, and difficult. So this is why this program matters, because there's so many people who with a little bit of help can help get across that finish line. I personally am so proud to be here, not only as one of your Harris County Commissioners, but as a proud Latina who grew up on the U.S.-Mexico border in Laredo, literally that gateway of the American dream. And this investment, this partnership helps to make the American dream one step closer to being the American reality for hundreds of thousands of our neighbors in this community. This nation is a nation of immigrants. This state is a state of immigrants, and this county is a county of immigrants. And in Precinct 4, we have approximately 40% of individuals who are born in another country. And so this will help move the needle in making the American dream an American reality and breaking down those barriers. I specifically want to thank the Houston Endowment for their tremendous generosity of over $4 million. This is when philanthropy is stepping up to help get things done and partnering with the government as well as other nonprofits, which we will hear from very soon. This is the community coming together to do what is right, to advance opportunity for our community members. And so I'm very thankful to the Houston Endowment for their over $4 million. I'm thankful to President Biden for the ARPA funding that allowed Harris County to make these investments with partnership organizations. There is a website that has been stood up that you'll get information for, and a hotline, which is 1-833-468-4664. The These resources will be made available to you, and we are here to help. And together, again, through partnership, through working together, we will keep advancing the American dream here in Harris County. Muy brevemente en español, gracias por estar aquí. Soy Lesley Briones, la comisionada del Condado Jerez, Recinto 4, y muchas gracias al comisionado Garcia por su liderazgo y servicio, y también la directora ejecutiva Tao Costas, y también quiero agradecer al National Partnership for New Americans y la directora de la Biblioteca Pública del Condado Jerez, Linda Stevens, y a Chiqui Sánchez Kennedy del Proyecto de Representación de Migrantes de Galveston-Houston. Estamos aquí para celebrar este proyecto que estamos haciendo juntos, porque aquí en el Condado Jerez tenemos más de 300,000 residentes aquí en el condado que son elegibles para ser ciudadanos de este gran país. Nosotros sabemos que el proceso es muy duro, tarda mucho tiempo y cuesta demasiado. Pero aquí, con este proyecto, estamos aquí, el gobierno, juntando con filantropía, especialmente Houston Endowment, y con otras organizaciones para hacer que el sueño americano sea la realidad americana para millones hoy y en el futuro. Tenemos que hacer más y trabajar juntos, y eso es lo que estamos haciendo para ayudar nuestros residentes. Así que por favor, vamos a tener más información. Ahora vamos a tener un hotline y un sitio del web para que sea más claro y más sencillo para todos. Y muchas gracias de nuevo por el liderazgo y para todos nuestros socios en este proyecto. Y gracias, y siempre vamos a seguir adelante, y eso es el poder de esta nación. Y como mamá y como latina, yo sé que mis bisabuelos y todas nuestras familias que algún tiempo fueron inmigrantes, ahora estamos aquí para ayudar a más familias y más gente para este gran sueño y este gran promesa de este país. Así que muchas gracias, y ahora vamos a escuchar de Chiqui Sánchez Kennedy, Executive Director of GHIRP. We're going to hear from Chiqui Sánchez Kennedy, the Executive Director and Co-Founder of GHIRP. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. I am so excited to be here with my partner organizations. I'm Chiqui Sánchez Kennedy, the Executive Director of the Galveston-Houston Immigrant Representation Project, or GHIRP. We are a nonprofit organization that provides free representation to immigrants in the Galveston and Houston area. Like my partner organizations sitting here in this room today, Tahirih Justice Center, Justice for All Immigrants, and Baker Ripley, we provide comprehensive immigration legal services to immigrants who are seeking protection, immigrants who are detained by immigration authorities, and those that are seeking reunification with their family. We are so excited to partner with Harris County to provide free representation to individuals who are eligible to naturalize to become U.S. citizens. If you are interested in our services, please visit the Harris County Public Library website, hcpl.net/citizenship, along with other organizations to learn about these services. If you are eligible to naturalize or eligible for other services, we will explain your legal options and the next steps for representation. En español ahora. Hola, soy Chiqui Sánchez Kennedy, la directora de GHIRP, Galveston-Houston Immigrant Representation Project. GHIRP representa a los inmigrantes gratuitamente en la área de Galveston y Houston. Como nuestros amigos, organizaciones Tahirih Justice Center, Justice for All Immigrants y Baker Ripley, brindamos servicios a los inmigrantes que están solicitando protección, los inmigrantes que están detenidos en Houston por inmigración y otras personas que quieren reunirse con sus familiares. Estamos muy emocionados de trabajar con el condado de Harris para representar a los inmigrantes, los miembros de la comunidad que son elegibles para ser ciudadano. Si estás interesado en nuestros servicios, por favor visita la página de web del condado de Harris, hcpl.net/citizenship, para solicitar una consulta gratis. Si usted es elegible para la ciudadanía o para otros servicios, podemos darle sus opciones legales y explicar los próximos pasos para representación. Gracias.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Linda Stevens, and I'm with Harris County Public Library. Harris County Public Library has 27 locations, and we're focused on serving the needs of the communities in surrounding our locations. We've offered English as a second language support classes and citizenship classes for many years, but it's part of all of the many things that we do for adult education and general public education. So we've often had wait lists, we've had classes that are full, we just weren't able to meet the needs of the community. So with the generous investment of the Houston Endowment, we're going to be able to hire 10 people focused solely on this effort. And they will be able to spread throughout Harris County, targeting the areas where the 300,000 residents live and work and are, so that we can meet them and serve their needs. We will be focused on providing classes for the exam, classes for the interview, but also referrals to our trusted partners to make sure that people get the resources that they need. And because the library is all about access to information, it is very convenient that we're going to be the ones hosting the website, as was mentioned earlier, but I'm going to imprint it on your brains. www.hcpl.net/citizenship. So people can go here, select the resources that best suit their needs. They'll have a hotline to call if they need help, or you can contact the library, because that's part of our job, is if you're having trouble finding the right information for you, we're there to help. If you need to access this information in another language, simply scroll down to the bottom of the page and choose the language that suits your preference. So we're so pleased to be amongst these partners and with Harris County offering these services, and I can't wait to see how many classes we reach this year and how many people we help on their journey. Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
So this concludes the formal announcements, and we want to open it up for Q&A, and we have experts in the room who can help us answer those questions if there are any. Yeah.
Una pregunta en español. Decía, la comisionada Briones decía que hay cerca de 300,000 personas elegibles para hacerse residentes, para hacerse ciudadanos aquí en el condado de Harris. ¿Cuántos se pudieran ver beneficiados con estos $5.8 millones?
How far will this?
Chiki, can you help us with this?
So how many people
Could
That
be
we
served.
expect to serve.
Can you go?
Yeah, to the mic. 1,700.
So, con este programa es un gran beneficio para la comunidad y podemos ayudar por lo menos 1,700 personas en el proceso de ser ciudadano. Sure. So this is a super amazing program, and I did not thank everybody here, so thank you very much. But this program is so special and so amazing because we can help at least 1,700 individuals in the community who are eligible to naturalize to become U.S. citizens.
¿Qué tipo de cobertura o de ayuda es? ¿Asistencia legal y también formas de ciudadanía o qué es lo que cubriría?
So, representamos a la gente llenando los formularios y durante el proceso entero hasta la entrevista. Y hay hay otros servicios, por ejemplo, ayudamos con pagando los formularios, las aplicaciones y las clases de ESL de inglés y el examen, estudiando para el examen.
¿Cuáles son los requisitos para poder calificar y recibir este beneficio?
So, should I do it in English too?
Yeah.
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 So she's going to answer the second question that he had,
Sure.
which was specifically
I'm sorry.
In English, the
technical
technical
The second
Yeah.
answer in English.
Okay, so,
What
sorry.
type of services?
So we provide comprehensive representation. So that entails from beginning to end, filling out the applications with immigration that will be submitted to immigration all the way through the interview. And there's also other benefits and services provided depending on the organization that's involved, such as paying for the application fees and connecting individuals to English classes and the civics exam class. That's usually one of the biggest barriers mentioned to naturalizing to become a U.S. citizen.
No, I'm sorry. The other question, I'll do it in English, maybe you can answer it in Spanish. How can people be eligible to receive these benefits? What do they have? Do they have to have certain income? Or-
So, lo siento, sigue.
Sí,
So para ser elegible para este programa, una persona tiene que deben vivir en el condado de Harris y tener un nivel de ingreso específico. Depende de la persona y depende de la casa. So how can you be eligible for this program? To be eligible, you have to live or have an intent to reside in Harris County and have a certain level of income depending on the family. But individuals who are eligible to naturalize are people who have lived here or who have had their residency for 5 years with certain exceptions, who are older than 18 years old, and that have lived in the United States for a certain period of time. So like I mentioned earlier, many people express the fear of the English, speaking in English during the interview for the to become a citizen, the civics exam also, and more than anything, the fee, the filing fee. It's an expensive fee, and for many individuals, they cannot pay for that fee.
So it's Harris County Public Library. That's all right. It's Harris County Public Library, so we will have 10 staff members. We have 2 dedicated to each Harris County precinct, and then 2 that will float around. We also have mapped out the areas where the most residents are, the 300,000 that are eligible and in need of this service, so that we can make sure that our efforts concentrate on those areas.
Will this resource be available fully in English and Spanish, or
We hope to add other languages. We have a large Vietnamese program currently right now. So we do want to make sure that as we're hiring these new staff, that we have a multitude of languages available for people.
anyone else? Great, thank you so much.
Great, thank you.
All right, thank you,
Congratulations,
everyone.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah, I gotta
you.
take Spanish lessons.
Yeah. You know, you know, one thing that I took away was that we always are remembering to translate it to Spanish. It's very rare that we translate it to English.